$100 coin right there. Absolutely spectacular opportunity for you folks. I guess I shouldn't have favorite coins, but I do.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about, well, this is one of my favorite coins 2016. This is one of my favorite coins of all time.
Really?
And it's one of those coins, and I think you and I have sold this in the past. And I call it a fall between the cracks coin. And what I mean by that is when the United States government made this in 2000, I didn't even get a chance to sell this coin in 2016. It was made so late in the year that we didn't get to sell them is ultimately what it came down to. And so what that creates is phenomenal and incredible rarity on a scale unlike anything that we've seen in the American Silver Eagle collection. As a matter of fact, this is what we call a satin finish American Eagle made at the West Point Mint. This is the 10th anniversary of the satin finish Eagle. Of all 10 of them, this is the rarest. This is the rarest of all the satin finish Eagles. That as a standalone at $149.95, 4.9 star customer pick, would be enough for you to pick this up and put it into your collection.
Exactly.
But it goes so much further than that. It's also a 30th anniversary American Silver Eagle, and it is so designated by being stamped on the edge of the coin by the United States government. Edge lettering is a big deal. It's technically very difficult to do edge lettering, so the government had to do the edge lettering for the 30th anniversary. It's not the first anniversary American Eagle. They started that tradition with the 10th anniversary Eagle. Then they did the 20th anniversary and the 25th, and now the 30th. But here's the thing. None of those prior 10th, 20th, or 25th are actually marked on the coin as an anniversary eagle. It's marked, in essence, on the holder. Now, here's an even more incredible opportunity for you. And this is just comes from basically me being in the business my whole life and understanding what this coin is. A 10th anniversary American Silver Eagle in an Annex, 1995, with this grade, would be a Proof 70. We sold, the last one we sold here at HSN was $30,000.
What?
$30,000 for the 10th anniversary American Eagle. The 20th anniversary American Silver Eagle, which I sold here in 2006. I was here selling it in 2006 for about $129 back then. Today we sell that coin for about $1,100 for the 20th. And this coin's rarer than that 20th anniversary coin. Then we had the 25th anniversary coin, which I was here in 2011 selling. Once again, just a special finish called a reverse proof. I sell that coin, I think originally it was $149 or $159. Today we sell that coin for about $1,300.
Wow.
So I have your opportunity for anniversary Eagles. I got 10th anniversary, so they range from about $1,000 to $30,000. Or you can get the 30th anniversary for $149.95.
Well, you hear how every one of those coins has increased in value.
Tremendous. No, that's not, I have no guarantee that this is going to do that, obviously.
Right.
But here's what happened. They released it at the end of the year. That's why it's so rare. That's how it fell through the cracks. The United States government makes these coins to order, if you will. So in other words, when they made them at the end of the year, not that many people bought them because people were looking at holiday gifts. They're waiting for the 2017 Eagle. And so because of this, this became one of the rarest silver eagles ever made by the United States government. Look, that didn't take me by surprise. I know these things, okay? So we literally went out and I committed literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we bought about 20% of the entire mintage. We bought basically 1 in 5 coins I was able to buy and I own to be able to serve. Now, that doesn't mean I have that many coins in 70 condition. I bought that many coins to start with. I am down to, and we've sold several thousands of these coins because I bought a big chunk of them. I bought about 30,000 coins. I am down to my final SP70s at $149.95. I have 648 coins remaining. We've already sold 133 here. Okay, 135. So understand, people say, so that's it? You're never going to have these again? No, no, no. I'll sell these forever. because they're such a great coin. The only edge-lettered satin finish eagle ever made by the United States government. The rarest satin finish eagle. The only anniversary coin that is edge-lettered is the 30th anniversary. The only American silver eagle that has an anniversary designation is the 30th anniversary American silver eagles. That's it. So we will sell this coin forever. What I won't do is sell it for $149 or less after this 633.
And even better, you can do it on a flex pay.
See, and that now all of a sudden becomes significant and collectible and desirable. And that's what you have the opportunity to own. Now, most collectors don't even realize this coin to some degree exists. And the reason is because they put it out so very late in the year that people didn't have the opportunity to know about it, to own it, to buy it, to research it, to do any of that. And then we bought up these tremendous quantities of these coins. That's why it's a 4.9 star customer pick. That's why it's at. I have sold literally through the 30,000 plus coins that I originally bought. This is my final quantities.
Final 600.
That's right, in SP70.
Well, and to hear you say this is your all-time favorite coin? Maybe.
Yeah, one of my all-time favorite coins. I got a lot of favorite coins, but certainly from the last probably 5 or 10 years.
And how many years have you been in business?
25 plus years. So, well, I actually started when I was 12, so 40 something years.
How did you get started?
Well, it was an interesting thing. I started doing Coin Club every third Wednesday. I was a paper boy, and then I would go to the local coin store. And the gentleman who was there who owned the store was a World War II veteran, and his leg didn't work very well. So when he did shows on the weekend, he would take me and I would carry his cases in, and in exchange for that, he gave me a half a case. So I could sit there and I could buy, sell, and trade out of a little half a case. They had these glass top cases, and I had about this much of it. So I got to be a dealer. Okay, and I was like 12, and so that's how I started it. My first coin, of course, was given to me by my grandmother, 1921 peace dollar, and then that kind of got me interested. And then I used my paperboy money to buy coins, and then I started being. So that's how you do. The journey of life
continues. No, thank you for sharing that. I always wanted to ask you.
Yeah, that's how I got into this this whole thing, and it was. It served me well because I got to have my passion be my profession, and it's something that not everybody gets to do. I'm thoroughly blessed for having having done that.
That's why I love working with you. I learn so much every time you're here, folks. And I just realized during our banter, we've got a little more than 500 left. That's it. Several hundred gone. Only 500 remain.
Yeah, and here's what unfortunately we have to put a little clock in there, folks. It's going to get very, very busy. You're going to get the Red Oak presentation box still. Even though we're doing the special pricing, even though I'm doing my original issue pricing, I've never done these for less, I will absolutely, positively, guaranteed do them for more. And that's the important thing that you need to understand. You have to understand the significance of this coin for one. The fact that it's a 30th anniversary coin. If you look at the 10th anniversary coin, like I said, in this condition, $30,000. The 20th anniversary coin, $1,000. 25th anniversary coin, about $1,500. None of them are edge lettered. None of them are marked on the coin in any way, shape, or form that it is part of the anniversary edition. This one is, and it's the only one that is the 30th anniversary coin. They also had a proof version of this, which I think if we have time, we're going to get to a little bit later. But that's what makes these coins so unique. Plus, they were released so late in the year that the rarity of these coins is absolutely spectacular as well. Now, I've got these at $149. So they're going to do the 2017 Satin Finish American Silver Eagle. They're going to come out, I think next week, 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
I think. Yeah, about 2 weeks they come out. I'm going to be $149.95 for the brand new one, that just came out. So you're getting this at original issue pricing. Please understand, you're getting this at original issue pricing. I will sell these for more. I will not sell them for less. And that's a critical opportunity. Now, we're very, very busy.
We are.
As you can expect. A lot of folks on the phone as we speak right now. And we're down, we're ticking down. I'm down to my final quantities at $149. I'm assuming my next kind of price break on this will be $159, $169. I'm obviously, because I'm out of the coins I originally bought at the original mint pricing. So now I have to go into the marketplace and pay significantly more. Now keep in mind, not every coin I buy certifies and grades perfect. Because you see this SP70 here? Here's the thing, in coin collecting as in any collecting, The single most important determining factor of value is what? Condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth, and this coin is certified absolutely perfect SP70. And coins we grade on a 70-point scale, not a 100-point scale. Now, if you take this same coin in SP69, then the value goes down fairly substantially.
So we're talking, this is where the term mint condition.
Yes, that's right, and this is perfect mint condition. So that's of incredible importance in terms of this. Like, let's say, for instance, if you have a 1986 American Silver Eagle, okay, a coin, this is actually significantly rarer than that coin, but you take a 1986, in Mint State 69, we sell that for about $99.
Okay.
In Mint State 70, we sell it for $500.
Wow.
Okay, it's the same coin, the difference is just the grade.
And
That's right, so the condition is key to the value, to the collectability, the desirability of this coin. So here we have 260 of these now sold. These are going very, very, very quickly. I'm down to about 500 left. So I'm well over a third sold out. So I'm about to, and as you can see, so there's 275. Now, once again, problematically, these are my final quantities at the $149 price point. Once again, and people ask me, so you'll never sell it again? Yes, I will absolutely. You know, I will absolutely, if I'm here 5 years from now, I will be selling this coin. If I'm here 10 years from now, I will be selling this coin.
We're not going to be getting this at $149, though.
But you're not going to get it at $149.
Okay, so guess who's going to get her phone during the break?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm serious. I am totally starting.
You've become, and not only that, but you've become a coin collector that knows what you're doing. You understand the quality. You bought the Indian head cents, which is a great value. Then you have this coin right here,
so
released at the end of the year. Understand, I couldn't even sell this coin in 2016. It was released so late in the year, I was unable to sell a single coin in 2016.
Why was it released so late?
Because they had a lot of things going on. They were making the gold mercury dimes and the gold walking, and so they just pushed it off and pushed it off and pushed it off, and then at the end of the day, they go, oh my goodness, we have to make this. Plus, they were having problems with the edge lettering. Okay, that's a whole different process, and that's why they never do edge lettering, or very rarely do edge lettering. So it's of crucial importance for you to understand that the edge lettering adds significantly to the value, the collectability, and it's distinctly unique. So of all these special and satin finish coins, the SP stands for the coins, and these are special presentation coins denoted by the mint mark W from the West Point Mint. Of all of the satin finish West Point minted American Silver Eagles that the mint has ever done, not only is this the only one with the edge lettering, not only is it the only one that has got this anniversary designation, this is the rarest of all of them.
And this is halfway sold through. We've sold almost 400. We're showing about 400 left with 35 seconds on the clock. Lots of people on the phones. 538-906. I have to remind everybody, too, to do FlexPay is a major benefit.
I didn't realize that, because we so rarely do FlexPay
I
with
know.
coins.
$37.49, it's yours. Comes with this presentation box. Right. What an investment.
I think it's spectacular.
I do,
because
too.
When you look at something and you look at collectability, what are the things that make something collectible? So what are the boxes that you have to tick? And the first one is intrinsic value. You understand this is an ounce of pure silver. So you start with an ounce of pure silver. Then, of course, is it a special edition? Well, of course, it's a satin finish coin that's a presentation coin to start with. Then, of course, on top of that, it is 30th anniversary. Now do you have rarity? Rarest satin finish coin ever? Tick that box. Nice. So you have all of these things. Okay, what's the highest grade that I can get and afford? Well, this one's perfect. So it is absolutely, positively perfect. So as you look at this coin and you determine this coin and desire this coin to be a collectible, this coin hits every single one of the marks. And so, as you can see, the fact that we've been selling this now for several months, I haven't had it in a while, but still a 4.9 star customer pick
out of 5 stars.
Out of 5 stars, right? And so what you have is you have people who understand collectability, understand desirability, understand value. Remember, the 10th anniversary American Eagle, $30,000 in this condition. The 20th anniversary is going to be $1,000, 25th at $1,500, this $149. Here's the thing. At one point, I sold all of those for about $149.
And now
it
look
is
at the
now
value.
today, 20 years later, 15 years later, 10
Yes.
years later, that all of a sudden you have seen them start to reach their potential and their value.
It's the holidays at HSN.
And this year, we're celebrating
40 years
Of Mary.
We've gathered all the things you need to make it the best holiday yet, with something for everyone on your list. More gifts?
Yes, please.
Gifts for him. Gifts for her. A few for you. Gifts for kids. Gifts under 50.
And exclusive finds you won't see anywhere else.
Spend the holidays with friends.
More.
Is always merrier.
More gifts, more brands, more friends, more merry.
Hi, I'm Michelle Yarn, and this hour we have gathered HSN's very best deals from the world of coin collecting. Now, don't forget, you can browse HSN's entire coin collection at hsn.com. Search coins on hsn.com, and you can see new arrivals, which coins have FlexPay available, and so much more. So let's get back to HSN's professional coin collector, Mike Mizak.
We have one of the most highly anticipated coins that has been all of us throughout the market, because the U.S. Mint has announced that we are offering to you the American Palladium American Eagle $25 coin. This is our 2017 Mint State 70 Annex Palladium, something that has never been seen before. It joins the rank of gold, silver, and platinum. Joining us for this special presentation and a chance for you to be able to be one of the few, because the offer here is very limited, is our resident numismatist and expert, Mike Mizak. Mike, it's nice to have you here.
Pleasure.
This has really been highly anticipated. The world has been waiting for this coin. American Eagle coins in general are some of the most highly collected coins, and this is in a category on its own.
Well, basically, it's a new paradigm. It's a paradigm-shifting coin. There's no doubt about it. It is something that the United States government has never done before. It is something that is rare, and it is something that has absolutely, positively exploded in the marketplace. They announced that they were making a palladium coin at the beginning of the year. Nobody necessarily knew why. And one of the big reasons that everybody was concerned about that is because of the incredible rarity of palladium. If we look at gold, we look at Americans' gold eagles. And then you look at platinum eagles. Platinum's about 100 times rarer than gold, which makes it a great value because it's actually less money than gold. But palladium, which is in the platinum family, if you look at the periodic table of elements, all down that side, you're going to have platinum, palladium, iridium, and all of those rhodium are all down there on the side. Palladium is the rarest of the platinum metals. It's 100 times rarer than platinum. It is 10,000 times rarer than gold.
Wow.
So the United States government decides to make a coin out of it. Now, obviously, they can only make an extraordinarily small quantity. So they made 15,000 of these coins. And they did not sell them to the general public. They only went out through what they call their authorized distributor network. There's 12 of those in the United States. They then went to their partners, of which we are one of those partners, and allocated these coins based on, in essence, prior business. I was able to get a fairly good quantity, but only a fifth or a tenth of what I actually wanted. We bought these coins. They sold out immediately. They sold out instantaneously with only 15,000 coins. They have already, I mean, they're out only a couple of weeks, and we're seeing increases significantly in the price of the certified coins by as much as 50%. Now, this is our original issue price, which we will hold for only the very limited number of coins that we already have. And already they've gone like this. And because of this, palladium itself, as just an intrinsic metal, forget about the coin. I'll talk about the coin part of it here in a minute. Palladium has reached an all-time high, and for the very first time now trades at a premium to platinum. It is actually more money than platinum now to get palladium. So you have the incredible intrinsic part of this. So you have the first palladium coin ever done by the United States government. Here's the really cool part to me. You may recognize that design. It looks like a big old mercury dime because that's what they did. They decided, isn't that cool? They decided to honor Adolph A. Weinman, who designed the Walking Liberty $50 and did a lot of great coins. And his most famous coin is probably the mercury dime that you see right here. So they took his design. Now, the cool part to me is they did the whole thing in high relief. Is the reverse eagle, which has never appeared on an American coin before, but it is an Adolph A. Weinman design. This is one that was the one that he designed, did a bunch of designs for the Walking Liberty $50. They went with one that was just the eagle itself, but many people, this was the #2 choice, many people love this kind of eagle in action with those almost angelic wings that they have on there.
Beautiful.
It is absolutely stunning and appears on a United States coin for the very first time. All I can tell you is this. Is given the fact that what we've been able to do in terms of our original issue price, and I can tell you this right now, beyond this quantity that I have right here in this presentation, the next time I offer this coin, it will, I promise you, be significantly more money. Because already, only because I committed to the coins right out of the chute, only because I committed to the coins immediately, am I able to even offer it at this incredible price. Understand, significantly more money. And the fact is, we're selling it for less than the platinum coins, even though it's significantly rarer, considerably more collectible. And what is always adds to the collectability of a United States coin is when they redo another coin. Look at the Buffalo silver dollar that they did in 2001. To this day, that coin remains a $1,000+ coin, and it's just silver. Take the mercury dime, make it the size of a silver dollar, do it in palladium, sell it out instantly, don't sell it directly to the United States public, and create a frenzy for one of the great and most beautiful, rarest, and most collectible coins ever put out by the United States government. And what you have? Opportunity.
And I think also here, the fact that this has already been certified, mint state, 70, so it's in perfect condition, which allows you to have the opportunity to be able to have something that is rare and unique and special. One of the great things about shopping with us at HSN is that we've been around for over 40 years. Mike has been in this business for about that time, pretty much. We're gonna be around. We offer to you our traditional 30-day money-back guarantee, but during this time of year, we actually offer to you an extended return policy. But remember what Mike said. We have so few of these. This is extremely limited. This has had a lot of buzz out there. It's much anticipated. Coin collectors are looking for this coin. It's one of those coins that if you want it, you've got to go ahead and reserve it and let us send it to you.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about that. And here's the secondary part of that, and you brought it up, is the certification. One of the things that's interesting about there is the difficulty of grading and striking palladium coins. Okay, it is the least dense of all the platinum metals. Okay, so it's less dense than regular platinum or iridium or rhodium or osmosium. It's less dense than those. It makes it much more difficult to strike and therefore much more difficult to grade. It comes out in kind of a matte finished, kind of a flatter finish, if you will, because of the lack of density in the coin itself that you see. So it almost looks silvery because of that. But then because of that they were able to strike it in the high relief there. So you look like Lady Liberty, Mercury, in essence, you know, kind of coming off the front of that coin, and particularly on the reverse of the coin that you've got the eagle, which is literally almost walking off the coin that you see right there. So when you compare this to the high relief gold and the high relief platinums and all of the other high relief coins that have been done by the United States government, now add in the palladium, the only palladium coin that's ever been done by the United States government, and then redoing the mercury dime for the very first time. So the collectability of it goes over several different things. I mean, you start with the intrinsic value. The fact that palladium is literally 10,000 times rarer than gold. Is 10,000 times rarer than gold. So a gold coin is, I would sell a 1 ounce gold coin, this 1 ounce of pure palladium. And one of the things that people ask me is, so it just must be plated, right? Because I mean, you know, whoever heard of you know, rhodium or iridium in a pure 1 ounce? It must just be this is pure 1 ounce of pure palladium, okay? Pure palladium, so not plated or layered or anything else. It is pure palladium. So 10,000 times rarer than gold, but basically the same price as a gold coin. So you're getting an intrinsic value discount, if you will, in a coin and a metal that should be far more expensive than what it is, so that becomes, in essence, a value thing. And then you look at the coin part of this, the fact that they only did 15,000. Now, 15,000 may seem like a lot, but folks, in the world of coins, it's next to nothing. Then add in how many of those 15,000 graded mint state 70. And now you don't have 15,000 coins or 10,000 coins or really even 5,000 coins. Now you're way down there.
Yes.
And the mintage is extraordinarily, exceptionally, amazingly low. Look, the rarest American silver eagle, okay, is the 1995 W. They made 31,000 coins. That coin in this condition sells for $30,000. It's got 20 bucks worth of silver in it. This has got an ounce worth of palladium. It's twice as rare. It's the only palladium coin. Plus, you have a reprint, in essence, of one of the most popular coins. And if we've learned one thing by following numismatics over the course of the quarter of a century that I've been doing this, is that reprints of American coins by the American government, actual coins, are hugely popular and hugely collectible. And this coin is absolutely, positively no different. So I want to put this out here. Here's the box that we get.
That's so perfect. So here's your chance to be able to grab it, guys. All 2017, you probably heard about it, you read about it, but at this point, you cannot wait. One of the most limited coins that we've ever brought to you, one of the most exciting coins that we've ever brought to you, and of course, in palladium, now you have something that most people probably don't even have as part of their collection. So give us a call or go to our website at hsn.com to reserve yours. As we've mentioned to you, we wanted to be able to bring this presentation to you, to get it out to those of you who want it. We don't anticipate to hold this price. I know that Mike mentioned that, but I think it's important that you realize that, because it is so specialized that those of you that are getting this are really getting something incredible.
Well, and it's not anticipatory, it's an absolutely guarantee.
Right.
Okay, now once we sell through this quantity, which by the way is not even triple digits,
Oh,
okay,
I
this is
know.
double digit quantities, and once we sell through this, that's it for this price. I've already seen the price in the marketplace, the underlying price of the uncertified, ungraded coin go up about 30% or so.
Wow.
So I would anticipate a similar increase in this, somewhere between 30 and 40%.
Right,
so you're looking at,
advantage to getting it already certified. Mint state,
absolutely.
oh my gosh. So again, go ahead.
And not even to take into account the incredible increase just in the underlying price of palladium
that you
since they've
mentioned.
done this. So you've got the intrinsic value, you've got the collectible value, the limited distribution, the incredibly conditional rarity, the fact that it's certified absolutely, positively perfect. And then you've got it in our exclusive holder that you can only buy here at HSN. So you absolutely love this, with the unique eagle on the reverse, with the Mercury dime redux on the front of this coin. It ticks every single solitary box of collectability and everything else, with the intrinsic value, the coin value, the limited edition, the high grade, the limited mintage. I mean, there is nothing about this coin that makes it not be one of the most collectible coins that we've offered for the entire year.
Well, I'm excited, and I'm excited for those of you who are able to grab it. I would not miss it. This is going to be a coin that will be talked about for years and years to come. It's going to be exciting to watch Mike here at HSN during the coin collector shows and to anticipate what will happen with this coin. But most importantly, you will own something of substance, of intrinsic value, of historical value, and that will give you that rare piece that we all love. With that, we're going to encourage you to place your orders, reserve it, don't miss it. We've talked about how absolutely limited, literally double digits. I mean, just you could not imagine how limited this is, but we wanted to be sure to bring it in front of you so that you'll have a chance to be able to grab it.
Absolutely. At this price, last presentation.
All right, everybody. Mike, as always, thank you very much for your expertise. We want to thank all of you, and we're going to get this right out to you as soon as possible. Thanks for your time, everyone.
Michelle Yarn, and you are enjoying an evening full of the best products at the lowest prices ever. Tonight, whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, stay with us for more coins. Plus, get a head start on your gift list this season with our holiday gift store, where we have got gifts for her, him, kids, pets, and more. Just search gifts on hsn.com. And stay tuned, there's still time to start your coin collection.
All right, let's dive into another silver eagle. This is the complete mint set. Tell us why this one is so special, Mike.
This is like, yeah, I feel like one of those old-time announcers, you know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather round.
Okay.
We have a story to tell here.
Oh, good.
Of intrigue, if you will. These are the coins that the United States government never wanted you to know about. Literally, they never wanted you. They did everything in their power to keep the fact that these two coins even exist, to keep that from the American collecting public.
Wow.
This is what I was talking about earlier, when the United States government has made it, the West Point Mint has made the American Silver Eagle for decades now. In 2011, 12, 13, and 14, they made some extra ones at the San Francisco Mint and labeled the coins as from the San Francisco Mint. And then they said they never did extra or supplemental minted coins ever again. Well, of course, they were lying to us. They did indeed. For some reason, it was extraordinarily important to them to keep this information from us. When asked, they denied it. However, because of the laws of the United States, if you file a Freedom of Information Act request, which you can actually do online, they have to give you a true and correct and accurate answer. And so this guy filed this request and said, could I please have the mintage figures of American Silver Eagles from the West Point, Philadelphia, and San Francisco mints for 2014, 15, 16, and 17. And they sent back a letter that said, yes, indeed, you may. Of course, we're beholden to tell you those things. And they said, in 2015, while we didn't make any coins at San Francisco, we made 79,000 coins at Philadelphia, making it the rarest mint state American Silver Eagle. As a matter of fact, I still have a few of those 2015s. And while those coins are not mint marked, and while the United States government desperately wanted us to not know about these coins, they did have to release the serial numbers of the boxes that contain those coins, and about 5,500 of those coins of the 79,000 were discovered. I have a very few of those. We have them on hsn.com. They are $4,600 a piece. We have sold, we had the largest quantity, I believe, out there. I had almost 100 coins. I've got about 2 dozen left in Mint State 70, the rarest Mint State American Silver Eagle. The next rarest after that, before that coin, was, of course, the 1996 American Silver Eagle. That's a $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 coin in Mint State 70. But then, in 2016, they made them at Philadelphia, San Francisco, and West Point, and they did again in 2017. And they had to release the mintage figures. See this coin right here? This coin right here, this Philadelphia minted 2017 American Silver Eagle, this is the second rarest American Mint State Silver Eagle. Remember, the first rarest, $4,700. Basically, the third rarest up until now was the 1996. That's a $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 coin. Or you have this coin, which, if I took these other two coins away at $429.95, would be a significant and important numismatic coin. Because first of all, while the government made a very tiny quantity of these coins, they did not tell us that these coins were even being made. And because they do not bear a mint mark, you have to have the coin certified and guaranteed. And that's exactly what we've got here. So we have got a perfect Mint State 70 2017 Philadelphia minted American Silver Eagle. The rarest one, of course, is the 2015 Philadelphia Minted Eagle. Same coin, same condition, 2 years earlier at $4,600 is what we sell them for here. Now, as if that's not enough, they also didn't want you to know that the San Francisco minted coins existed. Once again, because of that Freedom of Information Act request, they had to provide the serial number of the boxes. So we were able to get those and also ferret out the San Francisco minted coins. And then last and certainly not least is the regular West Point minted coin that was, for some reason, that's the only coin they wanted us to know existed.
It's unusual that all the mints were producing the Silver Eagle.
It's only the second time in their history. The only other time was 2016. And I'll show that set next. I've got some 2016s, but it's $1,000. It's $999.95. We'll show you those, okay? I have some of those. So you have these secret American Silver Eagles from 2015, 16, and 17. The mint state 70s, basically, other than this set, I can't sell you one of them for less than basically $450. But I'm going to give you two of them, actually three of them, not for $450, but $429 a piece. I have to really put this into perspective for you. Not only that, we have first day of issue, which is, of course, this set is exclusive to us here at HSN. It's going to come in the red oak presentation box that you see right here. We have aired this twice. Of the 2017 sets that we can make available to you, already 750 sets are gone in 2 airings. One of those airings was in prime time, basically. I will air these tonight in our primetime show, and there is a chance that it will completely and totally sell out the edition of, I think, one of the rarest, the most significant, the most desirable collectible coins. There is nothing else that the numismatic world is talking about other than the United States Silver Eagles in the complete mint set. And they've never done them in this complete mint set. As a matter of fact, they didn't even want us to know. Nobody even knew these existed until literally March the 22nd. March the 22nd of this year. Wow. That's when the United States government, in response to a Freedom of Information Act request, sent the letter out that said, these are the coins that we made, this is how many we made, and this is the serial numbers of the boxes. This is how you identify them. Now, here's the issue. Even though they're phenomenally rare, they're tremendously difficult to find. You have to understand, the only way to get them is certified, because the United States government does not sell these coins directly to the United States public. So when we talk about serial numbers, what we're talking about is the original boxes that the government sells these in, which are 500 coin boxes. Then they have straps on them that seal the boxes. You must take one of those boxes, still sealed, and it must go to the grading company complete and sealed with a 500 coin box.
Okay, fascinating.
The grading company has to open the box. When the grading company opens the box, inside there is an additional ticker tape that matches the serial number on the outside of the box, so nobody can fiddle with the serial numbers. Only after that is done, of course, the entire thing's, videotaped and recorded for posterity, and then and only then are the coins put into the holders. Now, the interesting part, of course, is while they put the coins in the holders, only a small percentage of those coins are certified perfect mint state 70. As a matter of fact, the vast majority of the coins are mint state 69 and even mint state 68.
So even a brand new minted coin may not be...
Oh, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, we are finding, particularly in these 2017 coins, that the Philadelphia minted coins are grading at only about maybe 10%. So if we send in 500 of these coins that are bringing tremendous premiums in the marketplace, we send in 500 of these coins, we're getting 50 70s. Okay?
So it's not a perfect process.
So no, oh no, goodness, because understand these are what they consider to be bullion coins. Now here's the interesting part. So the United States government, after this Freedom of Information, it creates this incredible explosion of desirability and collectability, and collectors are going crazy. And the 2015 coin, the only coin that's rarer than this, is a $4,600 or $4,700 coin. Then you got this coin, not at $4,600 or $4,700, but basically $139. They're going crazy. So the mint reissues a statement and said, look, American Silver Eagles are homogeneous. It doesn't matter what mint they're making at, they all look the same. Well, I'm here to tell the United States Mint something. It really does matter what mint that they were made at. They are not homogeneous in any way, shape, or form. They are different, they are significant, they are collectible, and the mint that they are made at is extraordinarily and exceptionally important. And the only way for you to distinguish that and collect that and own that desirability is coins that have been certified. And only here at HSN can you buy coins that have been certified Annex first day of issue. First day of issue is an additional designation that we have for any of the coins that were in essence made in the first 30 days. Usually then they're issued on that first day is what it comes down to. And so all of these coins meet that first day of issue designation. Now, of course, for the 2016 coins, we can't do that. For the 2015 coins, we don't have any first day of issues. But for the 2017 coins, we absolutely, positively do. Now, here's the problem with this. There is a significant quantity of these coins that have been lost forever to collectors. Because prior to when these coins were, like for instance, the 2017 West Point Mint, this coin right here. We had January 1st, we have our today's special value, which is this coin in Mint State 70. Okay, it's this coin that you see right here in Mint State 70. We sell about 13 to 15,000 of those, and about at a 10 or 15% mintage. That means that we had to purchase 200,000 coins. We did not even know that these coins existed at that time. We don't know, we might quite well have opened up a majority of the quantity of these coins, and we had no idea. Okay, we had no idea because until we had that information, and the vast majority of all these coins, the boxes get open and the coins get sold individually. They get sold in rolls, and as soon as that box is open,
and then you don't know what mint it came from,
then it becomes that homogeneous West Point minted coin. So while they only made 1 million of these, which makes it the second rarest American silver eagle, at this point, only about 100,000 of these coins have even been found. Okay, and of those 100,000 coins, only a tiny percentage of them are going to be Mint State 70, and it's actually far less than 100,000 coins.
And this is the only place you can get all three.
First day of issue, Annex first day of issue.
From
and keep
each
in mind,
of those mints.
That's right, and these are Mint State 70, absolutely, positively perfect. They're going to come in the red oak presentation box as well. So of crucial importance, of critical importance, of ultimate and incredible collectability. So you've got these silver eagles that the United States government did not want you to even know existed. But they do, and we have them. More importantly, from a collectability standpoint, this coin that you see right here literally is the second rarest American silver eagle. As a matter of fact, this is the 5th rarest right here. This is the 2nd rarest and the 5th rarest. If these were anything other than these, I mean, like I said, the rarest one's the 2015 P. It's $4,600 for one coin.
So it's worth it just for this one coin alone.
Well, that's what I'm saying. $4,600. Then the next rarest is this coin. Yep. I mean, the next rarest then is this coin that you see right here. So in terms of collectability, in terms of desirability, phenomenally sought after. Like I said, only 2,017 of these in the limited edition match-numbered sets that you're going to see with the first day of issue available exclusively from us here at HSN.
And here we go. Everybody is talking about Jay's 22nd anniversary, and what could he possibly do that would be fitting for such a monumental landmark? And he truly knocked it out the park. You're looking at teal, green, apatite. Yeah, apatite. Teal, green, apatite. There is no store in America that you can go to and find this. You've never seen it before, and tonight it is first come, first served. All the matching pieces are sold out. This is your truly one of the last presentations of the day. If you're looking to join us to buy it, it's an 18-inch necklace with a 2 3/4-inch extender. So you've got up to 20 3/4 inches. There's a lot to talk about and a lot to see. It is magical. There's a play of color here that you'll see, and when we show you the rough and everything everything else. It really is one of a kind. If you follow Jay throughout these 22 years on HSN, you'll know that he takes great pleasure in bringing something and showing you something that nobody else can, and that is exactly what he has done tonight. When you look at this, you're going to see your own colors. That kale green, that beautiful teal blue, it is also one of the colors of the season, according to Pantone, so bear that in mind as well. If you ordered it in the first hour, we'd love to speak to you on 1-866-376-8255. If you order it right now, 5 flex of $25, 6 flex if you use your HSN credit card. I hope you can see that this is chunky and bold and faceted. And obviously, if you only buy one item tonight, it has to be this one. Jay, a graduated teal apatite bead necklace. Why this for the 22nd anniversary?
Well, you know, we always like to, well, today's specials, of course, that's I think the key word there is special. But what's amazing about this is what makes it so unique and so different is actually bringing something to the market that nobody's ever seen before. Right. Okay, I've been doing this for 42 years. 42 years. I do tromp a little bit of tundra around planet Earth. I've done a few laps in my day, right? Now, I have, you know, apatite's one of those stones, semi-precious stones, that you find it in different areas of the world, but it's not like it's everywhere. Okay, it's fairly rare. I have seen green apatite before, but it's more like a peridot color, right? It's more of a translucent peridot color. I've never seen it in this color. We started this, and this is what's so fabulous is. If you can just imagine, okay, when I first was introduced to this, for those of you that were lucky enough to get in on the blue apatite that we did about 3 years ago, this is from the same miners. They're friends of ours that they live in Madagascar. They specialize in materials from Madagascar. They brought us a piece of this rough. I'm talking a piece the size of maybe a golf ball, maybe a little bit bigger than that. 3 years ago, and they said, what do you think? And I said, well, yeah, I like it. And what is it? And they said, well, we think it's apatite. So once we got it tested and we found out it was apatite, I'd never seen this color before. And I said, well, you know, that's when it all started. So 3 years ago is when this started. And then it took us 2 years to get it out of the ground, because you know all the different things, the contracts and everything that need to be signed, all the permits. When they dig this, this is all. I got to tell you, this is basic mining here. Okay, this is all pick, shovel, pry bar. They don't even have jackhammers.
My
all right,
gosh.
They've got wheelbarrows. They compile it all, and then to transport it, and then all the permits that you need to now get it out of the country. It's just totally mind-blowing what it takes. And then you got to get it to the cutting shop, you got to do the designs, you got to process it, and it all goes, goes from there. But think about this. So this has been in the works for 3 years now. 3 years, since we first found it. And then who would have known that this color was going to be one of the major Pantones? So it's all like, I want to say that I'm good, but it's mainly luck, okay? I mean, so this is meant to be, I guess is what I'm saying. It's meant to be. But this is what makes Mine Finds, I guess, gives me so much pleasure, is to actually find things like this that you can bring to the market, that this is a world launch. I have never seen this before. No. I have never seen this material, and I've seen a lot of rough material in my day, okay? So it's, when you go out there and you find something new, I mean, it's just like Christmas, right? Being able to get something that you've never seen before, having a new mine find, and then actually having the ability, right? And that's the big thing, having the ability to bring it to the marketplace, and being able to work the material and work the stone, and be able to find out, kind of like how you want to work it and how you want to design with it. Now, I will tell you this. As far as I'm aware, we got every single piece of rough that came out of this. They don't have anything else in the stope that I'm aware of, just like the blue. If you bought the blue material, when we were out of it, we were out of it. Okay, they never found any more of that material. This comes out of a different mine in a different area. It's still in this southeastern portion of Madagascar. Madagascar in itself is a very unique place.
No penguins.
No penguins. It's so funny because people ask me. They actually ask me, they have penguins in Madagascar, and the answer is no, they don't have penguins.
The power of the movies, Jay.
It is the power of the movie. But I will tell you this, Madagascar, as far as culturally, is very diverse. At one time, they were a French colony. At one time, certain parts of Madagascar was actually ran by American pirates.
Really?
Yeah, so Americans of all people are down there. But, we did have to go down as pirates. But anyway, what's amazing with Madagascar, it's so diverse. And there's, you know, it's like, it is so diverse on how, and this is how they mine. You can see this is how the mines look on some of it. This isn't this particular mine. That's a sapphire mine that they're mining there.
Really?
So, what's so unique about Madagascar, all the flora and fauna that you find in Madagascar are only, for the most part, indigenous only to Madagascar.
Wow.
The same thing with the birds. You only find those species in Madagascar for the most part. Same with most of the reptiles or the animals. It's really a unique place, very, very culturally diverse as far as they have had a big French influence. So a lot of people speak French, but then they speak their local languages also.
Can you speak French?
No. Well, I can say certain things in French, but mainly food or drink oriented. I stumble around with Spanish, and I speak British, and so I can interpret for you.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I am fluent in British. Okay.
You get a grade A star with that, I tell you.
Well, I'll tell you something funny on languages and stuff. We've talked about this before. Is my wife? She's very British, right? And she'll say something to me, and I just tell her, I have no clue what you just said. I have no idea, all right? And she'll go, I can't believe you. She'll get so upset. And I said, I really don't. I said, I don't understand what you're saying. I said, I know we're both speaking English. And she goes, no, you're speaking American. So, I would like to be more, culturally, I would, that's one of the things I wish I could do is speak a lot of the different languages. But you get by. It's amazing how you can get by out there. And I'm very fortunate. The two miners that we deal with, one is local, the other's a German, and they speak an amazing array of languages. It's not uncommon for Europeans, when you know this, right?
Yeah.
Or people around the world to speak 5, 6, 7, 8 languages. It's very, very common. America, if you think about this, in America, if you went from Florida to Georgia, you'd be speaking a different language, right?
Yeah.
So like every state, you'd be speaking a different language, and that's how the world is. So it's really kind of funny, and it's funny the stories that you can tell about this. But what is so cool about having this is, if you think about it, you're not going to see this anywhere else, okay? It's not out there. There's nobody that can have it because the rough is not out there. It's not available. You don't find it on the commercial market.
We only have about 7 or 8 minutes left. I have some exciting news. I don't know if, Steve, do you want to show it now or in a little bit? We can if you want. Guys, because the Today Special is so limited and a lot of people are so excited about this amazing new teal apatite, there is this. It was supposed to be saved for later on today, but it is available right now if you're interested. Jay, obviously the same thing, but there's under 1,000 left. It's 36 inches.
Right. There wasn't a lot of these, and what we did is we took and made this as an upsell, and we used their smaller crystals that we had. And so we made 36 inches, but we knew that people probably wanted to layer this or work back to it. And so we gave them, this is the Today Special. This was all the big material, the big crystals, the big rough, okay? And also when I was showing you the big rough, it's not all like that, okay?
Right.
It's not all huge pieces like this, like the golf ball size pieces. It's all the natural rough. But here again, there's a limited quantity of these 36-inch necklaces. What's great though with that is these longer links. It comes with a hook and eye. So if you have that, you're buying one necklace, but you're getting at least a dozen different designs. The same thing if you buy the larger, the Today Special, because of the sterling silver enhancer chain, you still have the ability to wear it a little bit higher or lower. It's not like you're just buying something, and then that's it, right? You bought that one design, and that's all you got, just that one look. If you buy the TS, you're going to get something that has a 2 3/4 inch enhancer, so you can wear it a little taller, you can wear it a little bit lower. If you can get in on the 36 inch, now these are going quick, and these are really limited. And this was the smaller material that we had, and we pretty much used all the material. In fact, everything that we had that were kind of like accessories on this, bracelets and et cetera. We've got a few things later on today. Maybe we might have maybe a half a dozen of something, but for the most part, all of those have already gone, and we knew that what's happened. And the reason is we couldn't even produce what they wanted. Okay, we didn't even come close to making what they wanted. And you can't do it when you don't have the material.
Well, I'm thrilled that we got to show it. That they are telling me
it looks like it's going to sell out.
I don't know if you noticed, I stepped off set right there to even ask our producer, Steve, what on earth we're going to do, because there's nothing left. Okay, so we're going to do 6 minutes right now on the Today Special. If you were intrigued to go for it, we would love for you to place your order tonight. What an unbelievable response. You can see how special this is. This is heirloom jewelry. This is jewelry that you will wear to every event, to every occasion, on every vacation, and feel so wonderful. I want you to know it's big and bold, and I think if anything, by showcasing the 36 inch, you really get an idea that these are two different looks here. They go so well together to be paired together, 110%, but dollar for dollar and value for money, that is breathtaking. You can't go to any place in the United States and find this. And even through the TV, you can start to see, look at this teal, this beautiful, bright color that comes through. This is one of the colors for the season. That kale green, not the most attractive name. I don't like kale. Do you like kale? It's very healthy, Jay. I'm not that healthy of a person, though.
That's what they say, but I have friends that make shakes of that, and they drink.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, well.
God bless you if you do. You're better than me, I'll tell you that. But it is that color. But, you know, you talk about a color that's very versatile. That's exactly it as well.
Well, you know, what makes this unique and makes this different, though, is you got the greens, the kales in there, but you also have, like, shades of teals. You've got blues. And, you know, that's what's really great about what Mother Nature does, right? She doesn't make two things totally identical. What I love about this, though, is just having the ability. That's what the Mine Find show is all about, going out to the mines and finding it. And we're just fortunate that we have the connections that we're able to find things like this. And like I said, I've been doing this for 42 years. 42 years. After 42 years of doing this, I always wonder how am I ever going to see something new and different? And when I go out into the field, I am always amazed that we come back with something new. And again, this started out by somebody who showed us, our mining friends. They showed us one piece that they had got. At that time, it hadn't been sent to GIA. We hadn't tested it yet. Right. So they suspected it was apatite. I really wasn't sure. I had never seen that color of apatite. And again, apatite comes in numerous colors. We bought every bit of this material. It took us 3 years. It took us 3 years to actually get it to this place, to where we could actually put it on and sell it. Now, 3 years ago, did we know that this was going to be like the color Pantone that they were really going to be going for? No. But this is so hot, so unique, so different. And here again, if you're that person, you like to have things that nobody else has. That, you know, this isn't something that you can even go. Even if you went to Madagascar, to be honest with you, I don't think you can get it. Okay, I don't think so. I don't know of anybody unless somebody took some of the rough out. Right. But as far as I know, they found it, they discovered it. Like I said, we made a deal. We bought all the rough material that they had, everything that was mine. This was a 3-year process, but it took 2 years just to get it out of the ground. 2 whole years to get it out of the ground, and then that's when the fun starts. Okay, that's when you get the material, you round it up. The first thing you bring it in is you have to do all the sizes, sort it by size. Because you saw, it looks pretty uniform on these crystals. These are my specimens, okay? It doesn't come like that out of the ground. You clean it up, you sort it by size. Then you go through and they sort it all by color. Okay, so it has to be sorted by color, the different colors. And then you have to decide, okay, what I'm gonna cut. you know, what's going to be my super high grade cab material. So as you're in there, you're cutting the beads, then you're even going to cob material out of that. It's a huge process that involves a lot of time, a lot of skill, a lot of effort. But I think it's really, truly worth it to bring you something that is unique, it's different, it's not something you're ever going to see from anybody else, and that's the fun of it, and that's what makes it so rare, so unusual. Plus apatite, okay? Apatite's a semi-precious stone,
right.
Okay? So, and you know, like I said, I've seen apatites. I never really worked with them that much in my career, just for the cost that usually at that time I didn't have the connections, the mining connections that the people that I did know that were miners. I mean, the rough was just crazy. Most of the apatite went to the gold market, right?
Really?
It didn't go to the silver market. It sure didn't go to making beads out of it. All right. So, yeah, you have to understand that, you know, for me to be able to give you the deals that I give you here, I buy in volume, buy the rough from the mines, but we have to pay a certain amount for it, right? I can't pay, you know, some crazy price and then be able to do this for you. If you've got a chance, I don't know how we're doing on this 36-inch, but I can already see they're blowing out the door. So if you want that, and here again, the thing with the 36 inches, what's so crazy, there's at least a dozen ways, right? There's more than, we'll have a contest one of these times about all the different ways that you can use, like the 36-inch necklaces. Oh. It's amazing. You can wear it as a bracelet. There are some people that can even wear them as a belt. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy things you can do with it.
And we'll show you the details on the 36-inch in just a moment. As we wrap up our today's special, we hope you enjoy it. I know that when the reviews come in, they're going to be 5 golden stars all around. If you have an HSN credit card, we'll do an extra flex pay, so that brings the price down to $20.83. Anybody who is shopping for J. King tonight, just $5 shipping and handling for your entire order. It is here, the world launch. You'll never see it anywhere else.